Om Sahanavatu Sahano Bhunaktu Sahaviryam Karavavahe Yasnavaditamastu Ma Vidyushavavahe Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. So friends, I hope you have listened to that last class in meditation again. I was listening to it last evening. I usually do that because somehow I have discovered in time, it's nice to read many books, many things. But if your thinking is absolutely clear, and you are aware that you are aware, it's not something to be bandied about or to be proud of or something like that. To show your arrogance that I know everything, not like that. But if you are really aware, so whenever you speak something, you do something, and you are always aware of yourself being who you are, then all that speech has got that touch of the wisdom. You can read a novel. There are thousands of stories within the stories, within stories and stories. It can take you away from certain distractions for some time. But it will not introduce you to yourself. When thus you are with yourself being who you are, whatever you have spoken once and very consciously, every word has meaning, you can listen to your own talk. If it doesn't lead you to yourself, stop talking. Because it has come from you. So when I listen to that, it's like new ideas are also exploding. Very simple thing somebody was telling. There are three people. One person says, a person who says, like a brave man, his ideal is do or die. A soldier, fighter, strong person. The conviction is do or die. The practical person is don't die until you do. There is I must see that, that just before the practical person will say, do it before you die. And there is another person who shall say, a winner shall say, don't die until you do it. That is the whole emphasis on those three people. The wise person is, be the deathless, enjoy doing as long as it lasts. We are aware of this very idea that do or die. Most people live like that. Or some people say, don't die until you do. Or somebody shall say, die before, do it before you die. So these are ordinary things. But a person who knows, be the deathless, enjoy doing. Neither you are afraid of doing or dying. There is no fear of either doing or dying. You are deathless. And every action is beautiful. So when you look at yourself, is it something easy or difficult? To be with yourself, is it easy or difficult? It happened something which really tickled me. I was in the forest in Orissa last week. I had gone for 8-10 days. One boy is staying with us. He's a good man. He's looking after our garden and everything. One day I was there walking around at 8 o'clock, 9 o'clock, and I saw him very busy. He said, "What are you doing?" "Swamiji, I am looking for something in my room." I said, "What are you looking for?" Believe me, can't believe it. I said, "What are you looking for?" "I'm looking for my torchlight." So he's putting the torchlight and looking for the torchlight. Can you believe it? It happens. Don't say, "How can you hold the torchlight and forget? How can you not remember that?" He's putting the torchlight and looking for the torchlight in the room. Somehow he forgot. It happens to everybody, including Einstein. Einstein was once just waiting for a taxi in front of in Princeton. Then a taxi came and said, "Naturally come in." Then he said, "Yes sir, please come in." He said, "But do you know the residence of Einstein?" Einstein is talking, huh? "Do you know the residence of Einstein?" He said, "Sir, who doesn't know Einstein's residence in Princeton? Of course I know it. So, I am Einstein, can you drop me there?" Forgot. Why don't ask? Sometimes forgetfulness has no explanation. Why did you forget? If you ask a person who has deliberately forgotten, you can naturally get an explanation from him. But if it is forgotten, how do you, please explain, why did you forget? Most people forget themselves because they don't know themselves. When they say know themselves, it is only at the level of they have the ideas, words, thoughts, some type of sensations, experiences, practices. The words are forgotten, I am forgotten. "Oh, I don't know what is that verse in this Upanishad, that book, or this thing, or that literature." So you forget yourself. A word can be forgotten. Think, friends. How do you forget? Understand? How do you forget? Yes, that is how we have been doing throughout our life. All the time conscious and not knowing that we are conscious. That is why the teaching is not even a Mahadeva. It doesn't last even millionth part of a second. It is there. The teacher's job is absolutely easy. Because he doesn't have to take you for a searching trail somewhere outside in the universe. It's already with yourself, with who you are. That with the torchlight, when you are looking for it, this is all in your hand. A shift. Hey, it is in your hand. Oh my God, that is how it is. That OMG moment. As though, how can I be so stupid? Why? Because for us, friends, please, for us to see something, just analyze a simple little of your own experiences, to see something, to hear something, to taste something, to touch something. Please, you need a sense organ. Beautiful point. Sense organs are different. To see, you need your eyes. To listen, you need your ears. Listening is a function, and it is the job of a sense organ, an instrument. Touching is a function. It is the job of the skin. Seeing is a function done by the eyes. Tasting is something done by your tongue. Smelling by your nose. None of these sense organs by themselves are conscious. Seeing is a function, eyes will help you. Touching is a function, skin will help you. Tasting is a function, tongue will help you. Hearing is a function, ears will help you. Smelling is a function, nose will help you. Being conscious is not a function. Because you see through, understand, eyes do not see. eyes report. Through your eyes you see. Please understand the simplicity of this wisdom. Ears hear for themselves. Through the ears you hear. Through the eyes you see. Through the tongue you taste. Through the nose you smell. Through the skin you touch. You are using these sense organs. Through this you. So who is this you who is aware of seeing through the eyes? We saw that eye of the eye, that's why the Kenopanishad. Chakshusha chakshu, srotrasya srotram, manaso manovayate. That the eye of the eye, in whose presence everything is seen. Consciousness, awareness doesn't see, hear, taste, touch, smell. It illumines the sense organs, in whose presence eyes are seeing, in whose presence ears are hearing, in whose presence tongue is tasting, in whose presence not only seeing, hearing, touching, perception takes place, but also in his presence activities are also known. Lifting my hand, walking with my foot, speaking with my tongue, procreating, excreting, every function, that is organs of action and sense organs. Please, the whole arrangement is your own little body. That is why, to be conscious, where should you go? What should you do? Long before you start doing something, physically, your hands lifting, moving, your legs walking, moving, your tongue speaking, not speaking, before you excreting, procreating, doing anything, already you are conscious. Organs of action, the whole physical body, movement. For you to see, hear, taste, touch, smell, these are the sense organ functions. Which organ functions as the source of consciousness? Understand? Is something already there. You are conscious, already there. So the teaching is just shifting the, understand, the teaching is just to shift the attention. Previously you thought, you see through your eye, you are seeing, you are hearing, you are touching. No. Seeing is the function of the eyes, ears, listening the function of the ears, thinking, function of the mind, thoughts. Thoughts are coming. Shift your attention just from your perception and sensation to the thought level. And see, are you thinking or those thoughts are rushing in, coming and going? Coming in what? How do you know thoughts are coming? Do your eyes see the thoughts coming? Do your ears hear thoughts coming? Do your tongue taste it? Nose smell it? Hands catch it? No. The moment you move into the realm of the thoughts, surprisingly, the entire physical body and the physical universe almost remains suspended for you. See that? The thoughts are coming in. Consciousness coming in what? The same principle for you, me, and the whole universe. Consciousness is not a thought, is not a perception, is not a sensation, is not an idea, is not a belief, is not a religion, is not a God or this or that. No words apply, no words. Always there. That is why that other day when I took that one verse I told, no, Lochanabhyam vihinasya darpana kim karishyati. The person who has no eyes, for a blind person, sad, the person who has no eyes, what the mirror shall do for him? Mirror can reflect, but he doesn't have eyes. How does he see the reflection? The first line of that particular verse is Yasya nasti swayam pragya Shastratasya karoti kim. Amazing line. After going back, when I thought of, I said, the first line, I used the word pragya, but the first line I didn't quote it. I didn't refer that day. Yasya nasti swayam pragya shastratasya karoti kim. One who has no eyes, lochanabhyam vihinasya, the person who doesn't have the eyes, as the mirror is useless, yasya nasti swayam pragya. Pragya. Chetana. Pragyanam Brahma. One who is not aware of himself, think of it, one who is not aware of himself, Shastratasya karoti kim, even the scriptures, what will they do for him? For you need to be conscious first. How do you analyze your thought? Can you analyze a thought without being conscious of a thought? How do you dissect a body without your eyes? For the dissection, very simple, friends. Why am I telling you? The whole thing is simple, simple, simple. For you to dissect a body, your eyes must be there. Must objectify. For you to try to recognize a sound, your ears must be there to report the sound. For you to be analyzing a thought, use a thought, you must be conscious. It doesn't matter you are wise or otherwise. Consciousness is absolutely essential. If that prajna is not there, what the scripture will do? Scripture will go on adding to the thoughts. If you read by yourself, thoughts will be added. Listen to somebody, thoughts will be added. Should you stay at that level? It's like you go on seeing everything, you forget your eyes. Go on listening to all the sounds, forget your ears. Imagine, friends, while looking at seeing, hearing, tasting, touching, smelling in the outside world, you forget your body and something happens to the body. What happens? Suddenly, all your sounds, touches, tastes, smells are suspended, curtailed. You are dying. The moment that comes back to your physical body, it is something is wrong is going to happen. Are you interested in seeing, hearing, tasting, touching, smelling? No. See, friends. What is the most important thing for us in life? What is the most important? Please tell me. What we hear or that we hear? That there is a capacity to hear is a blessing, or what we hear is a blessing? Please tell. That we touch is a blessing, or what we touch? Suppose you don't have the capacity to touch, what shall you be interested in touching? That you don't have the capacity to see, your eyes are not there, what shall you be interested in seeing? What is more important, friends? Don't have a tongue to taste, don't have a nose to smell. What will do? Just like what that you are seeing is more important than what you see. That you hear is more important than what you hear. That you are conscious is more important than what you are conscious of. Take it as a mantra. Think for yourself. Mahadeva. Just close your eyes for a second, friends. That you are conscious is more important than what you are conscious of. I'm talking to you, you can open your eyes. At this stage of life, don't teach this to a child, you will not understand. Because at this moment, though he is totally conscious, he is waiting for things to be conscious of. Seeing, hearing, tasting, it is very, very interesting. Somebody asked Einstein, can you please explain, these are all his life history. Can you please explain, what is this, your theory of relativity? Everybody, all of you know that story must be. And what did he explain? Please place your hand on a burning hot plate and see how long it takes, even for 5 minutes. 5 minutes, 1 second is how long. Think of it. And be with a beautiful lady or a friend, a boyfriend, girlfriend, doesn't matter. That time he said beautiful lady. Today if you say that, no, all sexist movement, no time for that nonsense. But talk to somebody whom you love, boy, girl, doesn't matter, whom you like, talk to that somebody. And you shall see, hours will pass like a second. Right? That means you love that. If you can't take it, the time hangs on, becomes very difficult. Okay, ask yourself. You say, you know, Swamiji, I know the happiness, I know the meditation. Why it is difficult? You don't know. Be honest. You don't know. Talking to the friend whom you like, a boy or a girl, hours pass. You don't miss anything. Because you think that is your source of happiness. If you really know that you are the source of happiness, how long should you be able to be with yourself? Don't give me nonsensical, idiotic, stupid logic. I know, but I am not able. You don't know anything. You know some words. Brahman, all-pervasive, consciousness, knows everything, in whose presence everything is known. Who cannot repeat? Are you really the happiness? Your time shall fly. If your time hangs on, my body is dying, my son is not here, my brother is like this, why people are hating me, why people are talking about me, why I don't have a job, nobody cares for me, that much is the wisdom. In that labyrinth, in that unnecessary, not unnecessary friends, in that huge load of different types of thoughts and of sensations and informations, a Brahman is I am Brahman also is one statement thrown there. So it depends which storm is coming in your head. Suddenly, for no reason, suppose a thought like you sitting down, suddenly one movie song comes to your head. Or your brother's voice, or your son's voice, or something somewhere comes up. How do you feel? Very, very. Are you relaxing or you just came up? The memory came up. I don't know why today I am feeling so nice. I don't know why today I am feeling so nice. That's wisdom, right? I don't know why am I feeling nice. Certain days are dragging. Certain days are flying. What is your contribution towards that? Being with yourself, if you really know the source of happiness, and that's what I am, the consciousness, the reality, is something which is already there. That I am conscious is more important than what I am conscious of. Tell it to the grown-up, not to a child. The child is yet to gather things, because he is conscious, but he is not aware, neither you can make him aware. He is not even aware of a thought. What to talk of consciousness? It has not started. That is why life is so beautiful. From childhood onwards, we are introduced to everybody introduces to our physical part of the body, is eyes, ears, tongue, everything you introduce to. They introduce to different objects. This is sound of different kinds, sounds of different kinds, taste of different kinds, touches of different kinds. Please think of it. Relive your life. Like rejigging a machine. Relive. Relive. They have introduced. Nobody sits down to introduce us to ourselves, because first thing they don't know. And if they know also, they will not introduce, because you can't understand that time. Don't blame anybody. When you are 10, 15, 16, 17, 20, 21, like that, yes, you got a lot of informations and your problems have started with the I thought. I see, I hear, this ahankar. We have explained it in that I thought, opening the eye opener. When this I thought begins, then you know who is this I. That time you can introduce him to himself. When you don't have a question about the I, how will you understand the I? How will you understand? If you know the answer, you never feel helpless. Not only about yourself you don't feel helpless, you don't feel helpless about anybody. Because yourself, the self-knowledge, the self is something absolutely simple, direct, instantaneous, immediate. Every moment you are with yourself. Listen carefully. You cannot walk out without your eyes and ears and tongue and taste and nose. Your body, the machine. The whole machine goes. In time, yours may lose capacity. Unconscious you shall not be. Unconscious means you cannot be there. There is no time where the consciousness is gone. Your eyes may lose capacity. Andhatva, mandatva, patutva dharma. Eyes can be bright, brilliant, dull. But consciousness is same. There is no bright consciousness, dull consciousness, cataracted consciousness. There is no eye of the eye. But that eye of the eyes do not suffer from low, long sight, far sight, near sight. All that stuff is not there. Cataract, retina detachment, none of these things are there. That eye is absolutely UIE, the eye of the eyes, doesn't have any sense of limitation. And that happens to be also the ear of the ear. Did you think over that? I hope. That also happens to be the nose of the nose, the tongue of the tongue, the skin of the skin, in whose presence every sensation is experienced itself is not a sensation. That's why don't wait for enlightenment to happen. Enlightenment happening means what? People will give you tremendous description of imaginary sensations. The rainbow came in and the world shook and my body got like that and this type of sound tickled through all over. This type of sensation went through the top to bottom. Listen with respect. Don't dismiss somebody's, whether it is reality or imagination. Don't worry about that. Who you are is not a sensation. Who you are is not an object of perception. God bless for that. The truth be blessed for that. Because if it is a perception without your senses, the truth is lost. That is why the Upanishad, how beautifully says, asabdam, asparsham, arupam, arasam, agandham. Is not a sound to be heard, not a touch to be touched, not a form to be seen, not a taste to be tasted, not a smell to be smelled. So in case you lose a sense organ, you don't lose the sense of self. And don't be proud that your sense organs will be always there. Sense organs need maintenance. Body will need maintenance. Objects will appear and disappear. That is the beauty of the universe, continuously changing, and let it change. What does not change is you, the changeless. Be the deathless, enjoy changing, dying, doing, everything, every moment. Take maximum out of this universe. I told you the other class. Did you think over it? How much have you taken from this world of sounds? How many sounds have you heard? We don't hear many sounds. Some fellow tells you are an idiot, that sound, they are registered in golden letter, platinum letter inside your head. Why did he say? Why did he say? Why did he say? Yeah. One person's voice, your life finished. You touch something painful or pleasant, that memory finished. Nothing else. You see something exciting, then tell everybody that, I went to London. I saw the Egypt. I saw Taj Mahal. How does it matter? How does it matter? Why do you need to tell people what all things you have seen in your life? Tell me, by your describing what you have seen, do they see it? Can they ever see it? Ah, that's a beautiful point comes. I saw Himalayan mountain. I come and describe it to you. Will you ever see it? No. I have seen myself. If I describe it, you will see it. Wisdom, self-knowledge, absolute. And if I have not seen it, you can go on talking any amount of nonsense. Repeat the description. This is what Kathopanishad says, Kenopanishad says, that Upanishad says, this book says, that Guru says, this Guru says, this God report, that God. Oh, who cares? Who cares? If Yasya Nasti Swayam Pragya, if it is not your own wisdom, don't worry, the scriptures will have no use. How beautifully Shankara writes, Avigyate pare tattve sastradhiti tu nishphala. Vigyate pi pare tattve sastradhiti tu nishphala. If you do not know the truth, you are not aware of yourself, your study of the scripture is useless. And if you are aware of yourself, you know the truth, why should you study? That also is useless. Meaning thereby that books are not useless. Use the book. But don't hold on to the book. Listen to somebody, but don't hold on to the person to whom you are listening to. What you are listening to is not more important. What it reveals to is more important. Who you are listening to is not important. Who reveals what, that is more important. That ultimately, you are listening, you are seeing, you are doing anything. Does it lead to yourself? Once you are aware of that, oh my God, will you ask, so how do I know myself? How can I meditate? What type of question you are asking? How do I know myself? What question is that? After listening to years, how do I know myself? Either the teacher is stupid or the students are. How do I know myself? Listen carefully. First thing to know difference between the knowing and seeing, knowing and perceiving. Eyes see, 100 times I repeated, again I will repeat. See that. Eyes see, eyes do not know. Ears hear, ears do not know. Tongue taste, the tongue does not know. The nose smells, it doesn't know. Knowing is not the faculty of the physical, the whole physical body or even a sense organ. Doing is the function of an organ of action. With your eyes, you can see. With your eyes, what shall you do? Strange, huh? Have you thought it over? Your ears can hear million things. What the ears can do? What shall the ear do? With your ear, you want to scratch your shoulder? Doing, strange, huh? Think, friends. The whole mystery, the entire thing is revealed out in the one little physical body. When you have got this tiny little body at our disposal, you have the gateway to the universe. What is all there in the macrocosm is in the micro. Everything is here. That day I was telling that gentleman who has written that how octillion, thousands of trillions of stars all over the galaxies, that many cells in our physical body. No, who has counted it? What it means is that vast is this tiny little existence called physical body. In this, that is the blueprint of the universe. Your hands, your limbs can do. They are not conscious. The sense organs can perceive. They are not conscious. The thoughts, memories can remind. A thought is not consciousness. The I thought is the only thought which itself is absolutely stupid. See the joker. Absolutely stupid. It has no capacity to see, hear, taste, touch, smell. It has no capacity to do, to talk, to speak, to lift, to walk, to procreate, to excrete. The I thought by itself cannot do anything. But this I thought drags everyone's capacity to itself. I see. The I see is I see. Ears hear, I hear. Tongue tastes, I taste. Skin touches, I touch. Nose smells, I smell. Hand lifts, I lift. Leg walks, I walk. You excrete, I excrete. Anus excretes, I excrete. Genitals, you procreate, I procreate. I have the sensation. Imagine this I fellow has nothing to do, nothing to see. But it drags everything, including I know. Knowing also is not the faculty of the anything in this universe. Not only your physical body, the entire physical universe. The stones do not know, the trees do not know, the cells do not know. Nothing knows. But this I, how successfully it has completely dragged every faculty onto itself. Seeing, hearing, tasting, touching, smelling, doing everything. And that is why if the body is living, I am living. Body is dying, I am dying. Body is young, I am young. Imagine. I am knowing. And what a confusing hero that fellow is. I. Just. Yet, what a blessing it is. Because if it is not there, not confused, not feeling affected with the mortality, death and everything, misery, it will not question. Consciousness will not question itself to be liberated. The physical body has no conflict. Sense organs no conflict. Organs of action no conflict. Who has conflict? Only one thought. I don't know what is happening to me. People, suicidal. What do they say? I don't know. I can't take it anymore. I can't take it anymore. Who says? Not your body. Not your thoughts. Not your job. Not your lover or beloved. Not your father or son. If they say, I can't take it anymore, they are telling it for themselves, not for you. When somebody comes and tells you, I can't take it anymore, will you commit suicide? Whose eye is troubled? I thought. Individual. That is why your troubles, your ignorance is your very personal. Nobody gets affected by your ignorance. They can be affected by the action that you do because of your ignorance. Naturally, human beings will be affected. Like a cyclone passes. A human cyclone can pass, destroying few things in between. But this I thought by itself has no capacity. So it drags everything to itself. So the awareness, when you say knowing, is the faculty of whom? Consciousness. And knowing is continuous. In waking, in a dream, in a sleep. Knowing is always there. Childhood, youth, old age. Past, present, future. Never can be taken away. So can you ask, how to create that consciousness? What a question. This morning somebody sent me a nice note. The scientists are trying to create consciousness because the artificial intelligence, no. So they think if they can create the consciousness also, how can you create consciousness? Hey, let people ask stupid questions because only from the stupid questions the wise answers come. Do not laugh at people questioning. Let the question be bizarre, absolutely meaningless and stupid, but they are a great asset. Think. Because you are searching for immortality, in the search for immortality, you know how many things are discovered? Because your search for traveling to places, people are reaching the moon, Mars, stars. Don't say I am all pervasive, one space, I am the universe, so where should I go? Nothing will be discovered. Discoveries do not come from sense of satisfaction. Understand? That when you recognize yourself, you are immortal, satisfied, happiness itself, and you choose to search. Because that time your interest or curiosity to search doesn't die. In wisdom, nothing dies. Your curiosity is constant, continuous. I am deathless, immortal, but how to make a medicine for a disease? I am immortal, but how to make living healthy? I am the absolute happiness, but what are the sounds there? What are the touches there? You take a maximum out of the life. Intense living. I am talking about the people who are generally satisfied. Suppose you have got a sense of satisfaction. My father is rich. Why should I work for anything? You will be a dumb thing. Simply hanging around. Absolutely unproductive, ayogyan, useless. Those are the type of, we don't want that. I mean, that type of person I am not talking about. You see the truth for yourself, who you are, and then you choose. And then, suppose artificial intelligence is created. Nothing wrong, beautiful. You sit down and treat the robotic operation now in surgery, robotic surgery. The people don't do it. The machine does everything. But who has programmed the machine? You. Artificial intelligence you create. Who has created? Artificial intelligence created itself. Just because you feel, why do you feel proud? Please think, friends, why do you feel proud that there is no God? I or there is nobody, somebody. Forget God. G-O-D, X-Y-Z, alpha, beta, gamma, name anything you like. There is nobody other than me. I am the one who made everything. If tomorrow your artificially intelligence, that robots you have created, which are artificially, you call them artificial intelligence, suppose they say they are all self-created, what shall you say? Suppose he picks up a language. I have created myself. You are creator sitting down there. You created that dumb dodo. Huh? You created that dumb thing which is moving for remote control. You just switch off, the guy is out. Some energy should be there, something provided for that thing to move and work. No. Suppose you switch it off, what will happen? That person says, so in that artificial intelligence, in that thing, we can create consciousness. Why that obsession with creating consciousness? Is like telling, we shall build a house and create space inside it. Create space inside? How are you ever going to create a space which is already there? How do you create a time which is already there? You can create something in time and space, but you cannot create time and space. Are you getting that point? Very high profile thinking. You can create something in time, in space, but you cannot create time and space. That as even you are not self-created. Your own body you didn't create, your intelligence you didn't create. Call it macrocosm. You don't want to explain anything about so-called God or this or that. Forget it. Who says? You don't worry about somebody is creating you or not creating you. There is an existence. That can you take away? You cannot create time or space. You can create something in time and space. You can't create consciousness. How can you invoke? You don't have to invoke it. In the Parapuja which we saw, what is the beautiful line where he says what? Purnasya avahanam kuta. That which is full and complete and all pervasive, how do I invoke it in any place? That is why meditation is a trouble. How do I meditate? How do I meditate? Are you going to create meditation? That is why people get into trouble. Sleep. What is sleep? Do you create sleep? The sleeping is not a posture. The sleeping is not a pillow. Pillow is not sleeping. The posture is not sleeping. The bed is not sleeping. It helps you in sleeping, falling asleep. Lie down on your left or right or front or back, whatever. Then close your eyes. Nice bed, little air conditioning. None of them is sleep. The bed is not sleep, the pillow is not sleep, the posture is not sleep, the AC is not sleep. But in that creates a condition, sleep overtakes. You don't create the sleep. Closing the eye is not meditation. Listening to music is not meditation. Concentrating on your navel or your toe or anywhere is not meditation. Waiting for some bodily sensation is not meditation. Listen to a sound, ding ding. You see all these wonderful things that are happening. Sitting down straight is not meditation. Breathing control is not meditation. But without that, if you create a situation like that, it looks as though meditation happens. Meditation happens means it was already there. Because you have been programmed to create and then bring out the sensation of it, so you shall be totally hooked into that. That becomes a literally OCD, obsessive, compulsive disorder. Meditation becomes OCD. Chanting, singing, dancing, any practice becomes an OCD for a person who thinks that meditation means is an activity. The person who is aware of himself, absolutely no obsession of any kind. If it is there, fantastic. Not there, fantastic. There is nothing which you cannot live without. There is nothing with which you cannot live. You can live with the death and dying, pain and misery. You can live with everything when there is no pain, no misery, all present. Everything is beautiful. Just like the space, it allows the cyclone to pass, tornado to pass, typhoon to pass, huge earthquake can take place, yet it is absolutely peaceful. Every condition happens in that, is unconditional. Meditation, unconditional. Your being is unconditional. Why am I talking this, friends? You understand? Because you haven't taken beautiful classes. I hope you are seeing it again and again. Do not have a mind which is waiting for next class. There is a next class, but there is no next truth. If you don't, what you heard today, same thing will tomorrow, day after, million years after, billion years before, same thing. That never changes. Who you are never changes. Thank God for it, thank yourself for it, thank the universe for it, thank the reality for it. Why? Suppose it's a continuously changing condition, that means last year's truth is not this year's truth. What will happen? Think of it, how beautiful, what a blessing it is. You did not grasp a concept. Don't say, I'm grasping new truth. You don't understand. You just don't understand what you're talking. A concept, an example. From different dimensions you can reveal it. Like you can go through your you can eyes, sight, sensation, consciousness. Go through your sounds, all the sound sensations, yourself. Vishayananda, Brahmananda. From any sense experience, from any sense perception, from any sensation, you can go into yourself. No, only the pleasure I can go through. Who said that? From pain also you can go through. Or else why people go through austerity? Depends on your conditioning. Some people love to be proud of how much they can torture themselves. And feel very proud. Oh, I lived without food for 15 days, 20 days, 1 month. So, the stones never eat. What shall I do? I'm continuously eating, I can eat a lot, you can eat a lot, but can you eat like a whale? Can you eat like a whale? With one walk, it takes tons of fish. What do you do? Why are you unnecessarily? Please do not confuse yourself and do not confuse others. Your sense of being is something absolutely fantastic. Meditation, please, there is no next meditation. There is no next truth. There is a next class. Why are we listening to these things? So that I can be freely with myself. Totally. You are free. Then choice is yours to listen or not to listen, to talk or not to talk, to think or not to think. Choice is yours. What type of guru? Imagine you are think of a child like a child. What type of parents will you be if your children are dependent on you from first year, third year, 15th year, 50th year, 70th year, 80th year? Mommy, hold my hand. How will you feel? Blessed, right? Then how do you think people are saying that, oh, I am followed by thousands and millions of people. They are, so what is that for? Happy with themselves. The person comes, listen, like you go to the school, get your learning, whatever relative learning, you walk out. How many times you go back to see your teachers? Grateful for the teaching. Use it. Go to the hospital, you are cured. Do you visit your doctors? How many times you have visited your doctors? Just to say, thank you, thank you, thank you. I got your photo there also worshipping you every day. Is it so? Choice is yours if you do it. Who am I to say no? Why should you not do? Choice is yours. But neither you should impose it upon yourself. It should not be your obsessive, compulsive disorder, nor you should impose it on other people also. They must do that. No. Leave it to people. You come, get this knowledge. Wow, beautiful. Some people you never see. Again, fabulous. Some people hang around. So what? Beautiful. Be around, please. Physically you are around, but reveling in yourself. The other person will say, oh, why that all the time around? What does he know about yourself? That is other people's commentary. Doesn't matter. Think, friends, think. This reality, you can't create it. Meditate. How do I create meditation? No. There is no creating meditation. Can you believe it? Can you see that? As you cannot create space, but you can create things in space. You cannot create time. You can create things in time. You cannot create silence. You can produce a sound in silence. You cannot create consciousness. You can create a sensation in consciousness. And consciousness is not a sensation. How beautiful. Now please close your eyes for 2 minutes, okay? Just sit down, friends. Close your eyes. Just see that point, friends. When I ask you to close your eyes, I ask you to close your eyes. You closed your eyes. Suddenly, all the sights are suspended. No sight. The whole universe of objects, colors, forms are suspended for you. You will still hear the sound, feel the touches, heat or cold. Smells you can, but taste is not there. But you are aware there is no taste. The perception is suspended. You are still conscious. Sensation is suspended in the absence of the sense object coming in touch with the sense organ. You are still conscious. If your perception and sensation creates memory, I can't ask you, I don't want to ask you, suspend your thought. You can choose to do so. But can you really? As when thoughts come by themselves, A thought doesn't come, that also is not your choice. That is why you struggle. What is that? What is that? What is that? We are struggling. You can struggle to remember or to forget, but both comes by themselves. And it happens in consciousness, yourself, the aware. I thought is not there to struggle, which usually does. Why am I forgetting again and again? Why these thoughts are coming again and again? Who is worried? Not your body or the physical universe. It's I thought. All that happens in yourself, you don't need to create or invoke consciousness, chetana. Call it Atma, self, awareness, any language you want to name, your own mother tongue. You want to name the existence, please name it. But what is more important is, will you like to translate it in word? I, aham, मैं, mu, je, all that stuff. You can translate a language, one name to another name in another language. You can't translate a concept. A concept is not a name. You can say the word one, ekaha. When you say one, ekaha, gote, ek, so many translations you can have for the number one. But you understand how many usages are there? When I say one fruit, one flower, one tree, one monkey, one man, one sound, one sight, one taste, one thought, one eye, one consciousness. Same word, one. See, one, self-awareness. Both words disappear. See, one fruit is there, concept, one is that word also is there. So one self. One consciousness. Nameless, formless, always in meditation. Absolutely instantaneous, immediate, effortless. Just see that for yourself. At all times, all places, all conditions, be that. In that being, there is no choice. Thank you, friends. Thank you. Please see that, revel in that all the time. Thank you very much. We shall see next class. The notice will come to you. Thank you.